To begin our Sunrise Smart Start with some breaking updates. 2 people are in custody after a police chase in Rochester that also injured one of the responding officers.
This started around 5 o'clock. There was a call on Monroe Avenue for a break-in. RPD says one of the officers was reaching in trying to arrest this driver who then hit the gas and sped off. The officer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The chase for the 2 suspects ended here when police say they bailed out of the car on South Avenue. That car, we've learned, was stolen from Greece. Charges are pending against those 2. President-elect Donald Trump confirms his plans to use the military as part of mass deportations, looking to declare as well a national emergency once in office in the new year.
Now, when it comes for any attempt at achieving formal legal status for immigrants, many of them can find it's a very extremely complicated process and a lengthy one to even get before a judge. Now, Aran Spitzer is in studio with more from an expert about the potential impacts of this. Aran.
Yes, Dr. Susan Long, one of the founding members of TRAC, the Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse, says their goal is to analyze data and research surrounding immigration. TRAC, a research initiative housed at Syracuse University, started in 1989. TRAC collects data mainly through Freedom of Information Act applications. The info is gathered, analyzed, and turned into tools for the general public to discover and learn from. Long says there's an estimated 3.7 million cases in immigration courts across the country. Now, a chart we're about to show you shows the most recent data up through October. Our nearest immigration court in Buffalo has to date 12,216 still pending, compared to the more than 378,000 cases across New York. According to the Executive Office for Immigration Review under the Department of Justice, addressing the volume of pending cases remains the highest priority, with approximately 730 immigration judges on board adjudicating cases. In the fiscal year 2024, the office completed more than 700,000. Long says it can take years just for one case to go all the way through the system, facing obstacles like language barriers and a lack of immigration attorney appointments.
Our research shows, however, that it's a problem when you speed the case up. First of all, if you need time to find an attorney in immigration court, they don't provide one if you don't have resources. It's a big problem. So there's kind of a trade-off there in how much does our country value due process versus speedy process, right? And are we willing, everything costs money, nothing is free, is it? Takes people.
While Trump and his advisors have offered outlines, questions remain about how they would deport anywhere close to the 11 million people estimated to be in the country illegally. The president-elect has said he would invoke the Alien Enemies Act, a rarely used 1798 law that allows the president to deport any non-citizen from a country the U.S. is at war with. Guys, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Aran. Let's take another check of our forecast here, James, because as the sun starts to come up, we've got a beautiful look over Sodus Bay. Almost looks pink or lavender. What is that?
I have no idea what's going on out there in Sodus.
Yeah,
interesting.
Got a little bit of a hue on there.
Check out, I think this is even better view though.
Oh, that's nice. Very soft in Charlotte. Yeah, that's my first thought.
We get some clear skies there as well. Don't think today's a total crummy, cloudy day. There will be some partial sun mixed in there, which is nice to see. Numbers generally right around 40. We'll get into the mid-40s this afternoon, and just note the rain chances really crank up as we get into this afternoon. We'll take a look at the 8-day forecast at the end of the show. How's the roads looking right now, Brennan?
Do have that update for you, James, at 6:52. The view from our Greater Rock Sky I-490, volume picking up but moving along. That scene over there that we just told you about, the police chase that ended with a car spun off in the median at South, is starting to clear. 590 north and southbound good to go at this point. As always, sunrise traffic coming up again at about 7:25. Back to our news, and this strong show of support for these 4 students charged in connection to these anti-Semitic flyers posted up at the campus of U of R.
A crowd rallied at the Hall of Justice supporting these 4 students as they pled not guilty to criminal mischief in the 2nd degree. That is, of course, a felony. Now, these students are identified as Samantha Escobar, Jonathan Bermudez, Naomi Gutierrez, and Jefferson Tercios. Hundreds of posters depicting members of the U of R's Jewish community as wanted. They were found in buildings and classrooms all over the place last week. The university says that the actions taken so far against these students are both criminal and disciplinary in nature, but they further add this incident does not meet the legal threshold for a hate crime. Well, many of these students spoke to News 8 outside of court. They were showing support for the U of R students, and they say they believe the school should have handled things differently.
The fact that the school has framed this in a way that's incriminating them like this and making them a scapegoat at this time instead of caring for their students and really working on something that doesn't put them in the public eye like this has been really hard.
Meanwhile, the school's president released a statement saying, in part, quote, "We have worked diligently with students and other members of the university community to provide a respectful setting for protest, dissent, and dialogue." She then goes on to say, quote, "The process for the students is now in the hands of the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. I am confident that those who were charged will get a fair and public hearing," end quote.
Perhaps not under the definition legally, but the head of the Jewish Federation of Greater Rochester tells us she does see the students' actions as a hate crime. That response we got from the agency following the court appearances yesterday morning. The Federation president, Meredith Dragon, says her group and overall the Jewish community at large will need to take a good look at how the legal system processes this particular case. She also says she's grateful to the university staff and law enforcement there, the DPS, for taking swift action in making those 4 arrests.
Greece had a planning board meeting to discuss a proposal by Penn Central Senior Apartments. In previous meetings, neighbors had expressed concerns over this development for Island Cottage Road. The senior living facility would consist of 2 buildings, each one 4 stories high and 332 units. Concerns were raised, including proper emergency service response times and building access. A fire truck would need a ladder to get to those higher floors, and the nearest department does not have one. Other issues brought up are that these buildings would be located near a shooting range, which might be a problem for the older residents and the veterans who have PTSD. Lots of interesting thoughts there.
You can read more about that development on our website. For now, final check the satellite and radar. Feels like it's been a while since we've seen one like this here.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of blue on this map. We've got snow showers for some parts of the state right now. You can see that between Syracuse and Albany. Good old Utica. Maybe getting some snow showers there. Rome, also a nice town out there. You guys ever been over along the thruway in that direction? Cool spot. Snow showers spinning through Lake Michigan, all the way down into Cincinnati even, getting some snow showers. Winter weather advisories up for Wyoming County. We got winter storm warnings for pockets south of Binghamton there, so they'll get half a foot, maybe even to a foot of snow. For them.
Wow.
For us, just a couple of inches, going to be south of Route 20 there. Everybody else gets rain. Join us tomorrow. We're going to have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a terrible day in weather, which makes me happy. So.
I was about to say, a great day for you.
We'll be busy.
Yeah, we'll bring the change of shoes here getting into the studio. That does it for us. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes.
Have a great day, everyone.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.